Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea Radio, where we interview awesome singers, songwriters, and those who influence their lives. Spill the Tea Radio explores the journey, creativity, and inspiration behind the songs. My next guest has a voice like an angel and a tender, heartfelt sound. As an award-winning songwriter, she creates an atmosphere of intimacy and wonder, captivating listeners from the very first note. She also has a loud, lush, and emotionally charged side to her as she morphs into the front person for her new band, Heartrunner. So, let's spill the tea with Adina V. Welcome, Adina.
Thank you so much, David.
Adina, I just that rhymes. Adina V on Spill the Tea.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
I had this last time too. It's got a special ring to it.
You were last on the show, aired on March 1st of 2025, and we featured your song, Lighthouse. Lighthouse was a very, it was an acoustic song, very soft, tender, and a very smooth, silky sound to it. The song that we're going to hear today, almost at the other end of the spectrum, it's loud, it's lush, it's and it's full of energy. So let's we're going to talk about a few things, but first, let's talk about Heartrunner. Let's talk about the band. Who's in the band? When did you form it? And how did you all get together?
So Heartrunner initially was playing under my own name, kind of at school at Humber. We were all in fourth year. You do a recording project, and actually some of the songs on this upcoming EP are from that project. And so it's four of us. I have my friend Aiden Lucas Buckland on drums, Eric Bernhardt on guitar, and Christopher Parnas on bass. And we initially were just playing, it was under my name, it was all my songs, but we realized after like a year or so then we started playing some gigs. COVID happened, we couldn't play gigs, but then we started playing some gigs a couple of years later. And we were like, oh, this is quite a different sound than, say, like you said, Lighthouse, and my kind of solo project is a lot folkier. But some of the songs I was writing for the band were like quite a bit edgier, as we're gonna hear with the single. But then we decided, let's be a band. Like it's quite different enough that this side of my writing could have a different home under a project. And we took a sec to find a name. It really took a while. But I came up with Heartrunner. The guys loved it. And we've been playing under Heartrunner and releasing music for just about a year or two, maybe a couple years now. But that's kind of our history. It was everybody went to Humber, and we initially started out like it was a bit nebulous. We weren't sure what we were, but then it just sort of like solidified over a few years into this.
How do you come up with the name of a band these days? I know some of it has to do with, or so I've heard, some of it has to do with social media and websites and not conflicting with other bands that have the same or similar names. So
Yeah.
it's a quite a daunting task now to come up with something that satisfies all of these different prongs that you need to address in today's music world.
Well, definitely the hardest thing is picking something that has not already been taken. So every name that I came up with, I would just like do a Spotify search. And if I saw there was like a whole bunch of artists already called that, I'm actually surprised that there weren't any other band. I don't actually think there's any other bands called Heartrunner, like all one word like us. But what there is, when I did a Google search, is I think it's Swedish. It's like an app that alerts loved ones if you had like a stroke or so, or like a heart attack. So we're competing. They're called Heartrunner. And so our bassist said something so funny. He was like, well, if we get big enough, we'll know because we start like screwing things over.
Conflicting.
This app for healthcare. So
So who knows? Maybe Heartrunner, the app, will use one of your songs in their ads.
it could be a collab.
Adina, many artists struggle with changing genres because they say, well, I've got a following here, let's say in my jazz genre, but I really want to try something over here in folk or country, but I don't want to alienate my fans. Do you find that what you've done, you've got your solo career as Adina V, and then you've got this more progressive rock kind of career, or edgier, as you put it, edgier career with Heartrunner. So does that help you separate your two careers and your two passions?
I think it does. For me, it made sense because I simply had so many songs, and a lot of them felt like they were just so different that they couldn't really exist under the same artist name. It just would have felt like, I mean, I'm sure like fans of one, like it's like good songs all around, and like I listen to a variety of genres, and I'm sure plenty of people do. But it did make sense for me to just have that cleaner separation. And who knows, down the line, like I mean, a dream of mine is to record a jazz album. I'll probably release that under like a different alias, or like maybe my full name or something, because it just is. And I think it's kind of fun for people retroactively to maybe piece together that, oh, this person's actually all these different things.
Right. I think a jazz album just under your last name has a very jazzy sound to it. So there you go.
Wow. Only the last name.
Only your last name.
Do people do that? I mean, I'm sure I know that's like people call each other just by their last names, but I wonder if
This is
like artists.
Adina, we're going out on the edge here. Who cares what somebody did before if you want to be different? Let's get into the latest song from Adina V and Heartrunner. Adina, tell us, what is this song Lose It about, and what was the inspiration to write it?
Ooh, I'll keep it PG for you. Essentially, this song is a little bit about gaslighting, about realizing that you've been gaslit, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm cluing into all these things about a pretty toxic relationship, and it's time for me to go." Like it's this like awakening and leaving something that was like probably quite damaging to your psyche, and but it's cathartic because it's this, okay, like we're gonna leave and you're gonna be mad about it, and that's fine.
So let's take a listen to singer-songwriter Adina V and Heartrunner and her song, Lose It.
Out of nowhere, you know I really thought you could be different, baby, but let's not go there. Got to know ya, you're running out of things to say to make me feel like I should still love ya. Oh, what a feeling, staring at yourself in the mirror, trying to find something to believe in. Working up the nerve to finally say you're gonna leave him. 'Cause in the back of your mind, you always knew it was abusive. And when he sees you walking out, yeah, I think he's gonna lose it. Come and get it. You know that I would give it all to you if you would just let me. There, I said it. There's nothing you can say or do to make me feel like I should regret it. So I started looking for myself in the strangers that I was seeing in the darkness. I could be anything at all, still I choose to be an artist. But it's fucking with my head 'cause I always feel like I gotta prove it. And there's nothing really wrong, but I still think I'm gonna lose it. There I go, wishing that I never even take me home. I'd do anything at all just to forget him, but oh, I started finding who I am all alone in a basement apartment, realizing that it's not my fault that he was heartless. Even after all these years, I I still feel the bruises. But if I saw him now, yeah, I think that I would lose it.
That was Lose It by Adina V and Heartrunner. Adina, how do people find out more about you, your music, the band's music? What's the website, socials, and streaming platforms?
Yes, so my website is adinavmusic.com, and Heartrunner does have a page there. Heartrunner also has our own Instagram. That's where we're the most active, so that's just at Heartrunner Band. On the socials, I believe we have a TikTok too that I should probably start using to promote more things, but Lord knows I hate it. So at this point in time, we have, like, Lose It is out and the accompanying music video as well, but on July 2nd, we're dropping our next single, and there will be one more before the whole project drops August 6th.
We have been in conversation with Adina V, the front person for the band Heartrunner. Thanks for being with us, Adina.
Think he's gonna lose